I'm going to talk about the 360 donations application for the Clover device or Clover POS. It works on the Clover Station and also on the Clover Mini. They both work on these two devices. It will not work on the Flex. It will not work on the Clover Mobile. It has to be the Station or the Mini. And also keep in mind that your station should have a credit card swiper attached to it. That way people can donate their money using their credit card. So before we get started, I'm going to explain what 360 donations is because there's some misconceptions about how it works. This application is customer facing, okay? So the customer has to walk up to it and donate themselves. So the merchant does not, for example, let's say I'm the business owner or I own the organization or I own the nonprofit. I don't come here and donate for the customer. They do it themselves. So it's customer facing, right? So all you do is you buy a stand, find a good location for it at your organization and just let it sit there. You can buy some kind of accessory to tie down your Clover in case you are leaving it for several days without any supervision, or you can, or if you have a building and there's a lot of people there, you can just leave it the way it is. And what happens is the customers will walk up to it. But one thing you want to also address or try to figure a way to get people's attention to donate. So what I did was I went to a website and I made this called Donate Here. So it says Donate Here. You can make your own. You can buy your own. Just go to Vistaprint or several other websites that can do this for you. So why am I showing this to you? That's because when you have your Clover at your nonprofit, people won't really know what this is all about. So you have to put a sign. I'm not saying you have to put a sign, but it's a good idea to put a sign because, so let's look at it this way. I'm gonna turn this around. See on the back end here, behind it, since I'm just showing you a demo, I have the Clover attached to it, so it's hard for me to turn it around. But let me just show you something here. So you can buy a stand like this. I got this from Amazon. See how I got the stand? So when customers see this, they go, oh, it's a donation kiosk. I can donate to it. They'll know exactly what to do. So now that you know how to set it up properly, you open the app, you press Start Campaign, and from there, your customers will walk up to and donate. So let me go ahead and show you how to start your first campaign. All right, so let's go ahead and start our first campaign. When I say campaign, think of campaigns as different causes like feed the homeless, school supplies, something you want to purchase for your organization, some kind of funding you need to build something, many different things. So for example, in mine, I have three of them. I have school supplies, I have a land purchase, I have home fund. You can make your own depending on what you need it for. So let's go ahead and get started with our first campaign. I'm gonna make, even though I already have three campaigns, I'm gonna make one more to show you how I did this, okay? So what you do is you log in, and if you have your Clover Station, you can use your fingerprint to log in. Because you need to be an administrator to make a new campaign. So as you can see, I have my three campaigns here, but I'm gonna add one more. How do I add one more? You log in, you put your code or use your finger to log in. Now you're in the back end of the 360 donations app. So what you wanna do from here is you wanna go ahead and first review the settings here. You have Start Campaign, Add Campaign, Edit Privacy Policy, Frequently Asked Questions, and you have three dots. So let's start with Start Campaign. Start Campaign is once you have finished your campaign, you press Start to start the campaign, like what you saw earlier. What we want to do here is add a campaign. So you press Add Campaign. Now from here, it's going to ask you several questions. It's going to ask you, what's the campaign's name, right? What's the description for the campaign? What should the customer or the person donating should know about this campaign? And how long is the campaign? So let's go ahead and go step by step on how to make your first campaign. So in this campaign name, I'm going to go ahead and say Feed the Homeless, right? Or let's just call it Feed the Homeless. Help feed the homeless. Help feed the homeless Okay, so I have my campaign as Help Feed the Homeless. That's the name I chose, and you can choose any name you like. Now that I've chosen that, you put a description. You can say this: the funds will be used to distribute food and shelter, clothing to the homeless on this location, on this day, something like that. Whatever you want to write there, you can do that. So that's the description. And then if the customer person donating wants to learn even more, you can even write more text, okay? So you can say, this campaign, we will need the money by end of the month to make sure that everybody gets fed and everybody gets sheltered. So you can write that as well. And ask you for the campaign length. The campaign length is very important because you have to tell, is this a long-term campaign? Is this a campaign that eventually ends, or it continues to go on for a long time? So if it never ends, you can pick long campaign. So let's say this campaign, you're always collecting money towards it because it's a long campaign. But let's suppose this campaign, you need all the money by the end of the month. So you choose a short-term campaign, and then you put a start date, end date. So in this example, I'll do a short-term campaign, and I'll say expires in next month. I need 30 days to collect $5,000. So my goal for the Feed the Homeless is $5,000 in 30 days. And then you could write your thank you message. You can say thank you for your donation. Whatever thank you message you want to write to the person donating, you can do that from here. Now, there's several more important questions that comes up. It's asking you, is this the primary campaign? Do you want all the focus to go on this campaign? If it is, click the button. If it's not, leave it blank. The next one it asks you, it says, high total donation amount received from this campaign. So when the campaign has started, it shows all the donors how much you have collected so far. Do you want that to be visible or not visible? If you say yes, if you choose this, it will be invisible. It won't be shown to the next person donating or for anybody donating. And then it says hide the name of donors. When somebody donates, it will say, Bob donated $50 or Sam donated. The idea behind that is to encourage people to donate, okay? Even though they can become anonymous donors, but if they disclose their name, it will show it on there. So the next person can be like, oh, 15 people donated today. I'm gonna go ahead and donate too. So you can do these settings. Just kind of read through them carefully one by one and choose the option that best fits your needs. And then it says place a donation in the center. So I can make the donation button right in the center. And I'm also going to make this a primary campaign. So again, let's do it this way. I'm going to actually not make it the primary campaign, but I will make it afterwards so you can see the difference. And then I have these custom dollar donation amounts. So these are already default, but let's say I also want to add a custom amount of $500. Let's suppose I have somebody that can donate $500. I can leave that one as well. So I have $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, $500. So that means that these are the default ones they can choose from. If you don't wish to accept $1 donations, you can delete that. Now I have 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500. I press Save Campaign. When I press Save Campaign, now I have a fourth campaign. As you may recall, earlier I had 3 campaigns. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I press Start Campaign, you can see that I have Feed the Homeless. Sorry, I have to press Start Campaign. So since I did not make the,
sorry,
yeah, you can edit that. Okay, since I did not make the other one, the primary campaign, you can see it's at the bottom. See, it's right here at the very bottom. So what I can do is I can make this a primary campaign. It will appear up here. But the idea, you can get the idea. This is the primary campaign. This is all the other campaigns. So when your customer walks up to it, they choose Donate Now. They choose the amount. Remember, I had put $500. I can choose $500. I can be identified by my name, or I cannot be identified. I can just become anonymous. When I become anonymous, I don't have to put information in here. I just press donate. And when I press donate, I just move to the next screen and then I donate the amount. Again, you have to have your Clover credit card inserted to do that, so you can get the donation amount. But it's very simple. Take your time, learn it. Learn how the process works, and kind of read through it. There's a documentation here to learn the frequently asked questions, most questions that are asked about this product, and you can learn all this stuff yourself. And there's a setting here. Make sure you look through the settings, because these are also very important to allow search for customer. Let's suppose a customer wants to donate again and again. They can come back and just type in their phone number, and they can just redonate without putting their name and address again. So there's lots of features, and it's great for nonprofits, organizations, anything that you want to help the community out. The app is completely free, so you can download it right now and start using it, and you can start getting donations right away.